Chronic pain, guilt, and shame. Hi, my name's Jim. I make videos talking about chronic pain. Mine is due to about 40 years now with Thoracic Outlet Syndrome, and I've also had 3 back surgeries, including a 2-level lumbar fusion about 34 months ago now. And on this channel I've talked a lot about working on regaining my mobility. I do a lot of joint mobility exercises, and I do a lot of working on tight fascia, tight muscles and tight fascia. So that's a lot of what I focus on, and that's helped me a lot over the last 6, 7, 8 years since I started doing that. And in the last, I want to say 2 years, well, especially in the last year or so, and I've just been getting more and more into like meditation, and I'm noticing I've been watching a lot of stuff about meditation and spiritual growth and spiritual awakening and stuff like that. And what I've been seeing things about is your body puts off a vibration, and according to what your moods are, or I'm not sure if that's the exact way to put it, but I mean the way it works is like with the law of attraction, the more positive emotions like peace, joy, love are up high. So what that means, from the way I understand it, is when you're up there in those emotions, the positive emotions, everything just comes easier to you. You attract more positive things, more good things into your life, and the more negative emotions are down at the bottom. And I've been looking at this chart. There's a chart that you can look at these. I'll see if I can find it and put it up at the end of the video, but the very bottom 2 emotions are guilt, and then below that is shame. And I've been kind of thinking about, like with Thoracic Outlet Syndrome, it kind of just, I started having problems when I was maybe 17, 18 years old, but before then, I was pretty healthy, and I started thinking, well, what happened around the time I started having pain? And really, if I think about it, I worked on our dairy ranch. So, worked with my dad. I was the oldest. I had a brother and a younger sister. But like back then, it's like 40 years ago, I was just kind of expected to kind of take over the ranch and run the ranch. So I mean, I always felt like, looking back, I didn't really think it was what I wanted to do. I mean, it was okay, but I always just felt like that's kind of what was expected of me, and almost like I was sort of just kind of guilted into that by my dad. And also, I got married young at 19, and my wife, she was also kind of like, sort of like my dad. They're both sort of self-centered, and they both kind of always liked things their way, and they'd always kind of guilt me into doing things that like I really didn't really necessarily want to do. And I think after a while, I worked for probably, I don't know, let's say 10 or 12 years with pain the whole time, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse over the years. Like milking cows is repetitive. You have to squat down and reach out underneath the cows, and when you have Thoracic Outlet Syndrome, it's kind of a repetitive thing, strain type of thing. So that's kind of, I think, what aggravated it. But I also started thinking that when you can't do things, then people start making you feel guilty about it, and then they guilt you, like physically you can't do stuff, but you do it anyway just to try to please people like my dad or my wife or whatever. And I think then you start feeling, I started thinking about this, and then I think you start feeling shame because you can't do these certain things, and like you're not good enough and you're not living up to people's expectations. So it's what I've been working on lately is doing a lot of meditation and kind of going back and trying to kind of work through some of that stuff of when things started, when all the pain started. I mean, in the last few years, I feel like I'm getting better and better, like mentally. I just feel happier inside. Like when I make these videos, I do these videos, and I also have a cooking channel as well, but I feel like I'm doing what I enjoy, what I'm meant to do. I'm starting to feel like I went through all this stuff so I could do this. I mean, I feel like, when I do this, it's like sort of what I'm meant to do. So I'm kind of doing more, like I said, working more with meditation and sort of the spiritual side of things. I'm still working on my body every day, but working on the head, kind of head, body, working on that. So I'm still kind of working with the meditation stuff. And if I keep learning new things that I think are being helpful for me, I'll make more videos about it. But like I said, I'm going to put up, I'll see if I can find one of those vibrational charts and put a picture of it up at the end of the video for people that don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm finding, the more I can stay positive and just relaxed and peaceful and kind of do things that please me for a change instead of trying to please everyone else, I'm feeling like I'm a lot happier. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys next time.